Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Samskriti, go ahead and start the prayers for me.
Okay, Mataji. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalashakaya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatyatishitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Samskriti. So everybody can take turn to sing Hare Krishna for me until Mataji joins.
Mataji, for some reason, your voice is kind of low.
My voice is not been heard?
No, I can't really hear it. It's really low.
Okay, wait, give me 1 minute. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, Mataji, it's good.
Okay, very good. So I don't know why Radhika Kasturi Mataji is not yet joined. So I want everybody to sing Hare Krishna. One. Each person can take turn, one after the other. Samskriti is done. Yes, Vrunda can do now.
Mommy, on the video, I want to sing 2 times.
Okay, sing 2 times.
Until you say we can stop, but not only 2 times, more than that. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Mataji, your volume is very low.
Hare Krishna. Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna.
Take over, Mataji, from here.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat
Mataji,
Pranam.
today I'll give you the host, Mataji. I'm little bit busy with other things, so I will be leaving the call. I will give you the host. You can end the meeting for everyone, Mataji. After class.
Sure, Mataji. Sounds like
Thank
a plan.
you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji,
Yes, kids.
you know, like the website which you like told us like the name I pastimes on for moral stories.
Uh-huh.
What's that website? Because I really like the stories in there.
Oh, good, good. You will lose the suspense. But
Comics.com.
yeah, it is in ISKCON Dessertry. But if you read the
Comics.ISKCON
stories, then you will lose the suspense to hear it in the class.
Yeah, but cause I
ISKCON
need it
Dessertry
for
has
what
everything.
reason.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good. So can we get started, kids?
Yes,
So
Mataji.
first I'll just quickly do the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Okay, I'll share my PPT with you and then we can get started with today's class, okay? Just give me 1 minute. Okay, I got it. Okay, first moral stories is coming up. I don't know. We'll just do the moral stories later. Okay, between remember what all happened last time? What happened in the previous class? Does anybody remember? So I'm just going to give a quick overview of what happened thus far. Okay, let's do a recap and then we will get started. So now Arjuna, he focuses on Lord's instruction and he attains transcendence. That is the subject matter. And supreme will. All this is due to the supreme will of the Lord. This is what Arjuna is saying. Okay, Arjuna, he accepts everything as Lord's will. And people sometimes kill and people sometimes protect each other. He also says that in the 24th verse. And then you saw 25th to 26th verse talks about how to remove the burden. It says, as the big aquatics swallow the small aquatics, the Lord engaged the stronger Yadus to kill the weaker. This is because Yadus had become burden on the earth. So you saw that part where how the Lord removed the burden of the Yadu family. And then 27th verse is relieving the heart. I am now attracted to Lord Govinda's instruction that relieve the burning heart in all time and all circumstances. This is what Arjuna is saying. Even for us, whenever we are in some sort of a distress or lamentable situation, then what we do, when we refer to the scripture actually gives us solace. And that is what Arjuna is feeling now with Krishna's instructions. He is able to see that in all circumstances that Lord is with him and everything acts according to Lord's will. This is what is the realization that Arjuna has in his heart. And now this particular section is talking about how Arjuna is actually situated in transcendence. Transcendence, what is transcendence? Does anybody know what transcendence means?
Transcendental mode where everything is pure.
Yes, everything is pure. And just one step further, what does everything pure means? Everything pure means you're not contaminated by the modes. That is what is the understanding. So all of us, we are all bound by the three modes of material nature. So when we are not bound by the three modes of material nature and we go one step further, even after goodness, there is something called transcendence. Are you all clear, kids? So this is very, very important.
Mataji, you're muted.
Yes, yes. So this is what is the understanding. I'm sorry, video is off also. Okay. So this is what is the understanding. And hence now we are going to see the section about transcendence. And before that, we will just have the recitation of the verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. The first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.1. Okay, please raise your hands up so that you can recite this verse. Akshita, go ahead, dear.
Dharma projita kaitavatra parama nirmatsaranam satam Vaidyam vastavam atra vastru shivadam tapatrayo moolanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim va parerishvara Hridyavarudyate trakritibi Shushrushrubhistatshanat.
Wonderful, Akshita. That was awesome. So next participant, Mukund. Go ahead, dear.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim va parera Ishvaraha Sadeo Hrideo Ratyatatra Kitabesha Shabeta Takshana. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mataji, your video is off and you're muted and you're not sharing screen. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry. Okay, the next participant who wants to say the verse next. I'm sorry. Who wants to share the verse? I mean, read the verse. Go ahead. Ramachandra, you want to try, dear? Or Shreyas? Is Shreyas on? Or Prahlad? Anybody? Please.
Mataji, can I go?
Suraj, go ahead, dear. No problem.
Dharma projita kaitavo paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayona moolanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim va parerishvaraha Sadyo hridaya avyudayate Netrakriti bhi Shushribis Takshana.
Awesome. This is very, very important verse. So you're all reciting beautifully. Anybody else has their raised hands or no?
Can Sanskriti read?
Yes, dear. Go ahead.
Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayo moolanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim va pare Ishvara Satyo Hidi
Hridyavarudyate kritibhi Shushubhastakshanat. Okay, good job.
Mataji, this is
Can I say Mataji Radhika?
Okay, dear Radhika, are you new? I haven't seen you, dear.
I used to come before.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam shitam vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayon Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim va parerishvara Satyoritya avarudayate prakritibhi Shushrushrabhish Dachana.
Beautiful. One last time. Okay, last. Varun, do you want to recite and then
I
we can
go,
go to...
Mataji, this is Prahlad.
Okay, after Varun, Prahlad. Okay, after that we'll stop. Or Prahlad, go ahead and then Varun. Okay, Prahlad, you go ahead.
Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaramam satam Vedyam vastavanathramastu shivadam tapatraya moolanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Prerishwaraha Sadhya Hridya Virudyate Krishnabihi Shishusubhi Takshanat.
Wonderful. Thank you. Varun. Varun, I can't hear you, dear.
Dharma projita kaita votra paramo nirmatsaranam satam Vedyam vasavamat atravatu sivadam tapatraya moolanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Parayavishwaram Sadhyo Hridya Varudyate Takriti Bishishtakshanat.
Okay, good job. All right. So let's just have somebody in the raised hand read this. Okay, we got some chances. I think Atharva, I think he didn't read. Yeah, go ahead, Athar.
Okay, Mataji. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavata Purana propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is really reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all.
Wonderful. Thank you. Wonderful job. Sorry.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Who else? Sudevi. We didn't have Sudevi.
Yes, Mataji. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vasudeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of the Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. Thank you, Mataji.
Wonderful. So what is it saying? If you're going to listen to Srimad Bhagavatam submissively and attentively like Parikshit Maharaj, then what happened? The Supreme Lord will enter your heart. That means all your impurities is going to go away. Your heart is going to become pure. If your heart is dirty, will the Supreme Lord enter your heart? No, it is not possible. So our heart has to be purified first. In order for our heart to be purified, we just have to pay attention to the sound vibrations that are coming from the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is none other than the Supreme Lord himself. So this is the understanding. Okay. And now we revise the previous chapter. Previous chapter in the sense we revised the previous verses, isn't it? Arjuna, he was thinking that everything is happening because of the will of the Lord, and he was able to even go one step further in attain transcendence. And the 28 to 31 verses talk about how Arjuna was situated in that transcendental position. And we saw what is the meaning for the word transcendence. It is even above the mode of goodness. We are all bound by modes of material nature, isn't it? There are 3 modes of material nature. And when a person is situated in transcendence, it means you are going above the 3 modes. That is the understanding we saw so far. And now Arjuna is contemplating deeply on the Lord Krishna's lotus feet and his instructions with great intimacy and friendship. Thus his mind became pacified and he became free from unsteadiness. Remember, the previous verses, Arjuna was lamenting because he was feeling the separation of Lord Krishna. And now he's able to remember all the instructions of Lord Krishna and he's deeply taking that into his heart. And because of that, what is happening to him? He's situated in the peace. He is free from unsteadiness, meaning he was unsteady before, but now he has come to the state of steadiness and he is completely pacified. This is what is happening to him. Bhakti, Arjuna's remembrance of Vasudeva's lotus feet intensified his bhakti, and thus the contamination of all his thoughts subsided. When we think about Lord's lotus feet, his form, his rupa, his guna, his leela, what happens to us? We forget about all the miseries that are happening in this in this material world. We forget all the threefold miseries. That much absorption, if we can have in this process of bhakti, then we will be able to even forget the miseries, which is what Arjuna is teaching through this particular verse, which is verse number 29. And then 30th verse. What is the 30th verse? That is the yesterday's verse that you probably would have seen. Arjuna remembered Krishna's instructions on the battlefield, Bhagavad Gita, which he forgot neither through time nor actions nor the darkness of separation. He can never forget the instructions of Krishna. It is just imbibed in his heart so much. And that is what he remembered. He remembered the teachings of Lord Krishna. And today's verse, very, very important verse. Due to his spiritual assets, Arjuna destroyed his lamentation and vanquished all the doubts. He became free from the modes, thus situated in transcendence, devoid of material form, and has no longer been entangled in birth and death. When one is situated in transcendence, what happens to such a person? He becomes free from the process of birth and death cycle. Are you all understanding this, kids? It's very important. So now we will go into today's verse. Okay. Are you all with me so far? Any questions before we are getting into this verse? Okay. So this is what we saw, the translation part. And now we will get into today's verse. So what is the understanding here? We are subjected to two things. If our possession is lost, then we lament, isn't it? Say, for example, here we have Prahlad. Prahlad has lost something. And then what will he do? He will just lament, keep on crying. Oh, I lost this, I lost this, isn't it? That is natural for us. So here, if we don't possess, what we do? Oh, he has that video game. I need to buy that video game. That is what we will think, isn't it? So there are two things. We are subject to two things, which is what Srila Prabhupada is clarifying. One is we want to possess things. Second is if we don't possess, then we start to hanker for it. Okay. So when one is fully identified with Brahman, Krishna says, Sarva Dharman Parityajnam Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. So what does that mean? When one is fully identified, or when one fully functions under the will of Lord Krishna, then you completely surrender to him. What does the surrender mean? Surrender means, very important, two things at least you should remember. Out of the 6 principles of surrender, if you can remember 2 things, that will be great. Anybody knows what are the principles of surrender? Anukulyasya sankalpa. What does anukulyasya sankalpa means? Doing things that are favorable for Krishna. Okay? If we do things favorable for Krishna, then what happens? It is surrender. It is one of the limbs of surrender. There are 6 limbs of Sharanagati, and one of them is we need to always think about what is favorable for Krishna. And we do, like how we are all attending the class. I see Suraj, I see Dhruva, I see Samskriti, Varun, Mukund. So many of you are here, right? What does this mean? It means you're all doing Anukulyasya Sankalpa. You're doing what is favorable for Krishna. See, you want to love Krishna. How can you love Krishna? Only when you know about Krishna, you can love him, isn't it? Without knowing, can I love you? No, isn't it? Say, for example, Atharv is here, and I want to make friendships with him. But if I don't know about Atharv, how will I make friendship with him? So the main purpose of hearing is to know about that person, establish that relationship with the Lord. That is why we want to know about him. Are you all clear, kids? So far, so good? Are you sleeping? I see Suraj is dozing off. Okay. And Pratikulia Varjanam.
Mataji, I feel like I've been sitting here for so long. My body has stepped into one position.
No problem. Just walk around and come and sit back. Then you'll feel fresh. Go around and come. You'll have a good mindset then. Okay. All right. So Pratikulyasya Varjanam. What does that mean? Pratikulyasya Varjanam means doing things, avoiding things that are unfavorable for Krishna consciousness. What is unfavorable for Krishna conscious means? Say, for example, today is Ekadasi. Maybe your parents are calling you for temple. When you say, no, I'm not interested, and you want to do some mundane stuff, that is unfavorable for Krishna consciousness, isn't it? So we need to make sure to do things that are favorable for Krishna and avoid doing things that are unfavorable for Krishna. Say, for example, one more thing. If you're asked to perform, or if you're asked to recite a verse of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, or any sloka for that matter, today in front of a group of devotees, immediately what should you say? Yes, I'm ready to do it for Krishna and Krishna's devotees. This is what I want to do today. And during Ekadasi, if you perform such incredible tasks, Krishna will be so pleased, isn't it? Don't we want to all please Krishna? So we will try our best to serve the Vaishnavas, to serve the devotees of the Lord, and as much as possible, please the Lord that way.
Actually, Mataji, today's Vaikunta Ekadashi, I actually fasted for a little bit of time.
Oh, see, that is very important. Oh my God, Shama Gauri. Sorry, Shama.
From the morning.
Mataji, I am still fasting for Ekadashi.
Yeah, I'm also
Please,
fasting.
anybody else?
Mataji, I'm also fasting for Ekadashi.
What? I mean, Suraj, didn't you eat, or you're fasting completely? Is that what you're saying?
A little bit, Mataji, but not so much.
Okay.
Mataji, I don't follow much Ekadashi, so I just eat whatever's not beans and grains.
Okay.
Yeah, Mataji,
problem.
today, so far, I just ate fruits and milk. That's it.
Oh, fruits and milk, Akshita, is that right?
That's it for today so far.
Oh, wow. Good, dear.
So
Very,
far,
very good.
Mataji, today I only did fruits, milk, and water.
Yesterday. I only had,
Fruits.
for today's lunch, I only had quinoa.
Oh, good, good. So fruits and milk by Mukund and Akshita. Good job, dear kids.
And
I'm so
today's
proud of you.
yesterday. And
Okay.
today's morning breakfast, I ate oats.
No problem, no problem. So let's go on to today's chapter. Okay, we saw what is surrender. Okay, and we saw the two limbs of surrender, very important limbs. And then once you get bigger, we can discuss about the other four limbs. But for now, you should understand what is Anukulyasya Sankalpa and what is Pratikulyasya Varjanam. And we also saw what is transcendence, what is the modes of material nature mean, and how we are all succumbed by the modes of material nature. But Arjuna here is situated above even the goodness, which is mode of transcendence. And now he's able to see everything with a steady state. He's not at all unsteady. He's able to look at it without any kind of doubts. He's able to look at everything in that perspective because he's remembering the teachings of Lord Krishna. Okay, now Srila Prabhupada, what is he saying? Just like child is sitting on the lap of a father, so the child is confident, I am secure. When you sit on your father's lap, whatever be it, you will not be, even if the brake suddenly pulls out, somebody is driving, and even if the brake suddenly comes forward as if it's hitting the seat, you will not be worried because you're safely being secured by your father, isn't it? So it has no more second desire, meaning in the material world, because we have not been surrendered to Lord Krishna, we are always wandering helpless. Prabhupada is saying we are just going like going from one body to another. We are wandering helplessly, one place to another. We are all feeling helpless here, always in anxiety, isn't it? Even though one is a billionaire, one is a president, he is feeling helpless. This is the position of materially conditioned life. Even Arjuna, if you look at him, he is such a great warrior. He is Mahabhaha. But then what happens to him? He is being subjected to a very big confusion. He says, no, I'm not able to understand what's going on. I'm not able to fight with my relatives. Even though being a Kshatriya, I'm not able to do my duty. My mouth is shivering. My mouth is drying up. My hands are shivering. My Gandiva bow, I'm not even able to lift it. So I'm putting my Gandiva bow down. All this confusion is happening even to a great warrior like great warrior like Arjuna. So in this material world, if somebody is there, somebody is conditioned living entity, then they are subjected to this feeling of helplessness. Okay, are you all clear? Helplessness meaning in the state of anxiety.
Yes, Mother.
Okay, now there is a prayer by, I see Ramachandra saying yes, yes, but all of you are able to understand? If I ask you all questions, will you be able to answer?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, Mataji.
Good, good. Okay, Ryan, are you able to understand? I don't know if you are able to understand. Ryan, I don't hear
Yes.
from you. Good. Rishikesh, are you able to understand? Okay,
Yes, Mataji.
good. Varun, are you there?
Yes, Mataji.
Are you able to understand so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, prayer by Yamunacharya. We are on the chariot, and mind is the driver, and the senses are the horses. So we are being driven here and there by the chariot. This chariot is the body. The mind is the coachman or the chariot driver, and the senses are the horses. So in this way, we are being forced to wander in many planets, in many species of life. This is our material condition. So he's asking, when will I just think about Krishna non-stop? When will I be able to think about Krishna all day long? Like that, he is praying to the Lord. He's just saying, see, for example, okay, even attending this class, for example, your mom is asking you to attend to this class. And your mind is saying, hey, I just have this new video game that got released. Oh, I should try to play that out. Like that, your mind will say, isn't it? Or it might just say, hey, there is this beautiful ad that has come up. I don't know. I'm just so curious to look into the ad. Or maybe a YouTube pop-up has come up and you want to see what's going on. Or anything like that. Your mind is going to be distracting. When your parents say, do this, do that, your mind will just say, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And you'll not be performing any kind of fruitful activity in terms of Krishna consciousness. Hey, chant the rounds. Today is Ekadesi. Your parents will say, but your mind will be like, every day I do it. Yesterday I did 1 round extra. Why should I do today? Like that, isn't it? So this is all happening due to the conditioning of our mind and senses. Senses wants to act in a particular way. They crave for things that you don't want. Your hands might be so tempting to go into a YouTube video and click, yes, I want to see this video. Your eyes might be seeing some beautiful picture and want to go and look into it, other than Krishna I'm talking about. So in this way, because our mind and senses are not purified, they pull us in different directions. One direction, this direction, that direction, all the directions, eventually our mind and senses are pulling us, and we should not be succumbing to all of that. Okay, that is why we read scriptures. That is why we are involved in listening to Krishna Katha, isn't it? We are all discussing in this forum, and today is a so auspicious day, such an auspicious day. Whatever spiritual desires you have, everything will be fulfilled. Okay, so when we are performing such great austerities today by listening to Krishna Katha, then what happens? Your heart is going to get purified. Like that, Yamunacharya is saying, when will I be able to involve myself and think about Krishna 24/7? When will that day happen? Like that, he's feeling in his heart. Like that, we also must pray. When will I become Krishna conscious? When will I be able to chant my rounds with taste? When will I be able to serve the Vaishnavas very nicely? When will I be completely absorbed in the lotus feet of the Lord? Like that, we also should start aspiring. This is the teaching by Yamunacharya. Are you all clear with the slide?
Yes, Mataji.
Good
Yes.
job.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Okay, now let's move on to this next slide. Okay, so okay, who wants to read this verse? Anybody who has not gotten a chance, let's give them a chance now. Who, please put your hands down. I think
Ramachandra go.
Ramachandra. Yes, you didn't get a chance. Yes, dear, go ahead.
Okay. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hrideshe juna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani yatarudhani mayaya.
Good job, Ramachandra. Okay, anybody else? One more and then we will move on.
Can Garima say?
Yes, Garima, go ahead, dear.
Ishvara sarvabhutanam hridesharjana tishtasi Ramayan sarvabhutani yantradodhani mayaya. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful recitation. So now let's get into the verse and understand the meaning. So
Can I see the translation?
who's this? I'm not going to need for translation because I'm going to explain it, dear. Okay, dear? Okay. So Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, is there. Now he is giving a chance. You living entity, you did not surrender to me. You wanted to enjoy in this material world. So you take this chariot and take this driver and go on. This is what is going on. So now we are all given a chance, isn't it? So we have so many people here in this conference call today. We have Garima, we have so many kids here, Dhruva, we have Advait, we have Akshita, so many kids, right? We have Mukund, we have Kushi, Jagadish, Samskriti, Ryan, so many kids are here in this call today. And we are all given this opportunity. If your parents are all into Krishna consciousness, they want you also to become Krishna conscious. But what if we say, no, I'm not, my mom is, all the time bugging me to do Krishna consciousness, do the sloka, do this recitation, do that, do this, attend Bhagavatam class, Bhagavad Gita class. Oh my God, what is going on with my mom? Doesn't she understand that I have other things to do? Like that your mind will say, isn't it? Are you all experiencing this? That is because we have been over and over enjoying our life all over, all the time. We have been staying in different planets. We have been in different species. And all the time, what did we do? We have been enjoying independently of Krishna. That is why our desires are pulling us. Oh my God, I want to go and play that video game. Oh my God, I want to watch that video game. Or, oh my God, I want to watch that YouTube video. Oh my God, my mom, she just doesn't understand me. This is because of that reason. But, okay, Krishna says, abhyas karo. You practice, keep on practicing. That is why your parents are asking you to keep practicing. When you keep practicing, what happens is slowly that ruchi or taste will come to you. That is what they are striving for. That is what they are asking you to do, what you are asked, why you are being asked to do like that. We all have a reason why we want to go in different directions. Our mind is pulling this way, our senses are driving us in another way, but we will not be happy then. Our parents, they all want us to be happy. We can be happy when we are situated in Krishna consciousness. But of course, if you need breaks, you can ask your parents. Of course, Amma, I want a break. I want to play for some time. Your parents are not going to say no to that. Of course, they will allow you, as long as you concentrate in particular class that you're being put into. How many other classes you're attending? You can have only so much mind capacity, isn't it? You can be able to concentrate only so much. So if you need breaks, you should express that to your parents, because they'll not know your feelings. You should tell them, oh, I need a break, probably like a 10-minute or a 15-minute break where I nicely play with my brother or sister, and then I'll come back and join the class. That way I'll be refreshed. Of course, as kids, you should also play and be nicely involved physically, so that gives you that whatever refreshment you need. And then get back to Krishna consciousness so you can focus with attention, no problem. But very important point, why we are doing what we are doing is that because we have been pushed by our mind and senses in different directions. And now we are given an opportunity to be Krishna conscious. So let's utilize that opportunity fairly, which is what is the understanding. Ye etamam prapatyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham. Whatever you want to do it. Accordingly, the Lord will reciprocate. Okay, so we are given a choice and we want to make sure to utilize the choice in a proper way. In a Krishna conscious way, if we act, then the Lord will also reciprocate to us accordingly, which is what is the understanding. Are you all clear, kids? So far, so good?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So just like a foolish man, if he rides a Rolls-Royce car, he's thinking, now I'm a very rich man. I've bought this Rolls-Royce car. Similarly, if one body has got an inferior car, he thinks, I'm very poor, identifying with the car. They don't know they are separate from the car, but they identify themselves with the car. They think one thinks he is a rich or poor man depending upon what the status of the car is. If he's having a Rolls-Royce car, he identifies himself with the Rolls-Royce car. If he has a Toyota car, he identifies himself with that Toyota car. But he is not the car, he is different from the car. And this knowledge is required. What does that mean for us? It means we are not the body. We are the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord, which is the understanding that Srila Prabhupada is teaching us. And when we are situated in that position, when we understand our spiritual identity, then there is no more lamentation, no more happiness or distress. You will be situated in equilibrium, meaning you'll be situated in that balanced state where there is no happiness, or you don't get over enthused by either of those, or over sad by lamentation. You just be situated in that neutral state. And this is what is needed. So don't identify yourself with the car, but you know you are different from the car. Similarly, you are not the body, but you are the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. When you have that understanding, then you will be free from lamentation and happiness. You will be situated in that equilibrium state. And this is what is Arjuna's state. Now he is completely situated in the state of equilibrium, where he is not lamenting or he is not overjoyed about anything. This knowledge he has got. Now, and the last slide for today, just like this example is given in the Shastra, that the river waves are flowing, water is flowing, and by the combination of waves, many straws come together at one time. The straws are coming because the water is flowing and it's pushing the straws to come forward. And after some time, again, they are distributed, thrown here and there. Everyone has got experience. Similarly, everyone in the material world, we are gathered together like straws. Actually, we are under the modes of material nature. When we gather together, we make a community called we are Americans, we are Indians. So it is comparison here is to the straws, okay? But just like how the straws are pulled together, we also come as a family, but we make ourselves distinguished, saying we are Americans, we are Indians, we are this, we are that, but we are all family.
Mataji,
Exactly like
what
that.
straws?
One second. By chance, we meet together again by the waves of waves of nature. We are all separated. No more sun, no more country, no more. Everything is finished. This is going on. But as long as we have gathered together, we take it very seriously. We forget that at any moment we'll be kicked out of this gathering. That is ignorance. So we should not. So we should understand our real position. So, Suraj, to your point, so there is an example that is quoted by Srila Prabhupada, which is talked about in the Shastra, which says that rivers are flowing, isn't it? And through the rivers, what happens is if some straws are there in the river, then they are all collected by the water and the water is flowing through and it gets distributed, thrown here and there. Like that, Srila Prabhupada is comparing to us that like the straws, how they are gathered, we are also gathered together like the straws. And during the time we are here, we partition ourselves to say we are Indians, we are this, we are that, but we forget that we have a real position that needs to be established. Whatever position we have in this material world, they're all temporary positions. I might be an Indian now, but after some time, who knows where I will go and which planet I will be in and what religion I will follow. Nobody knows, isn't it? So we need to take it seriously, meaning we need to use this human form of life to engage in a Krishna conscious activity so that we understand our real position. Our real position is servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. When this ego gets established in our heart, that is when we actually become free. Till that time, we are bound by this material nature, which is what is the understanding that Srila Prabhupada gives us here through this purport. Are you all clear, kids? So far, so good?
Yes, Mataji.
Awesome. So we are all, I'm going to ask maybe a few questions. Okay. I know, Varun, you have to leave probably. So I'll ask you this question. What is our real position, dear? What is our real position that we strive for? Okay, I have to unmute you or what? I can't hear you, dear.
Mataji is letting us unmute on our own.
Oh, you can unmute. Varun, are you there? I think he's not. Okay.
I think maybe he might need to.
Okay. I will ask Kushi, what is our real position? What is the real position we strive for? Advait?
Can I?
Yes,
Yeah, what is the real position that we strive for, dear?
Trying to understand
Try to understand what?
our real position.
What is our real position?
Can I say?
Being with Krishna.
Atharva. Ah, good. Yes. Atharva, go ahead.
Can Radhika say?
Okay, Radhika, go ahead.
We're the servant of the servant of the servant.
Ah, wonderful.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mati, I was about to say that. Dasanu dasanu das.
Dasanu das jivera swarupahai nityera.
Me too.
You wanted to say that too?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, good. Okay, dasanu dasanu das. That's the statement you should remember. Okay. Servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. That is what is the understanding, and Arjuna has established himself in that position. Because of that, he is in transcendence. Okay. So now let's move on to our what is it?
Moral
stories.
Moral
Yes.
story.
Yes, dear. We will go to our moral stories.
Mataji, what is the lucky number today?
Yeah, what is the lucky number? 2 is the lucky number. I'm thinking because I just prepared only 2 slides. I mean 2 stories.
It's fine, Mataji.
Thank you,
No,
dear.
you work hard, so it's fine.
The lucky numbers of tonight.
Lucky number today is 2.
Okay.
Okay, dear. I'll share the screen now. Hari bol.
I wish lucky number today was 5.
Oh my God. Okay, dear. So this
But
is
if
good
it was
enough.
5, then it would be short.
Let's go through this, okay? Really quick. The man wouldn't change his words. Okay. Once there was a professional witness who worked in the court system. Okay. After that, what happened? This witness would repeatedly call for various testimonies. So like he'll be coming to say what is the position of this particular case. And for this, he would receive a fee. He is given a fee for why he's doing this testimony. And when being sworn in, the witness would always swear that his age was 60 years. Okay, we have to swear, right? And say, okay, this is what my age is, this is my name, and so on and so forth. So he would say his age was 60 years. One day, the judge pointed out that for years, the man had been claiming to be 60 years. Over and over, he comes here and says the same age. And the witness replied that a man should not change his words of honor. That is his explanation. So now we'll see the moral. Cunning people and fools misuse and misquote the words of wisdom. So this is
I get it.
You get it? Very good, because it's very tricky to understand this. So here he thinks that,
This is
okay,
hilarious.
yeah, you understood as well, Suraj?
Yes.
Akshita,
Me too,
you want to
Mataji.
explain here?
This guy, is thinking that he's 60 years. That's the first time they asked.
Yeah,
but
then he had to
every
swear
time
that
they
he was
ask,
60 years old.
He doesn't want to lie.
Let
Okay, so he
Akshita continue.
constantly says 60 years. Okay, that makes him suspicious.
Yes, good. Akshita, did you want to add here?
Yeah, Mataji, it was because
going to be suspicious. Because if you first say, "Oh, I ate an apple,"
Let
but then
Akshita
later
say
you
who's
say
saying
you ate a
I'm.
banana, so it's like suspicious, right? So which one is actually the truth? So that's why he's not lying.
Correct. And what does he say? I mean, Akshita, did you want to comment? Let's just give a turn to Akshita, dear.
Yes, Mataji. He didn't since the first time he said he was 60, he swore so he couldn't lie again because he swore that he was 60 years old.
That is the point.
So he couldn't change because if he said another number, then it would have changed. It would have
misrepresented. Yeah, it would have been lied.
So he kept his same numbers so he doesn't lie.
Correct. According to him, which is misconstrued, right?
Yeah.
Say, for example, if we take some verses of Bhagavad Gita and partially quote it, you just pull a verse from somewhere and without any context, you just pull a verse and say, oh, this is what you need to do. But there is a reference to that context, isn't it? You have to understand it with the reference to the context as to what the previous verses are talking about, and then get a complete picture. But if you partially quote, then what happens? People will get kind of misled. And that is what is happening here. People will get misled because of your ignorance. You're doing it because you are ignorant. Sometimes you can be cunning too, because of which you misquote things. So we just have to understand that that is all not right. This is the moral of the story.
Mataji, can we go to the second one? Because
yes. I'm not delaying it. It's very important to understand the moral, dear. Otherwise, what happens? We'll not have any takeaway. Okay, that is the purpose. That is why I'm just taking along a little bit more. I know you're all eager to go to the next story. We'll go now. The old lady's blessing. What is that blessing that she's getting? Once there was an old lady in a remote village during the rule of British. The British district magistrate once visited her town. The old lady was quarreling with her relatives. You can't forcefully take my land like this. You are my relatives, but behaving like looters. Like that, she's shouting at them. You can see her angry face, isn't it? I'm sorry. Her neighbor advised her, you should present this matter to the magistrate for settlement. Like that, the neighbor, because the property of hers were being looted, right? So she was being asked by this neighbor to actually put this matter in front of the judge. Oh, master, please kindly listen to my appeal and help me in getting my land back. Like that, she's requesting. I will definitely make sure that your land is transferred in your name. Don't worry. Like that, he's saying. I'm sorry. So in this way, the lady got her land back. I bless you that in your next life you become a policeman. Like that, she's saying. But what is the story after all this? The high post that this woman was aware of was a policeman. So that was her blessing. She did not know that district magistrate was higher post. Similarly, caste Brahmanas consider their caste to be superior to that of Vaishnava community, but this is due to their poor fund of knowledge. Wow, what a learning, isn't it? Anybody wants to explain what this means? Anybody else, whoever has not spoken, they can explain. Varun, I know you are there. Can you tell me? You didn't. I don't know if you want to just take a lead at it. Are you there or no? I can't hear you, dear.
maybe he slept through.
He's here. Huh?
Like sometimes I do that on accident.
Okay, come here. No, I'm asking this question. Say it in the call. Oh yeah, it's just understanding the moral. That's all. Yeah, he's there and he just went use the restroom and he's back now. Okay. Anybody else wants to chime in before that? Who wants to go? I'm seeing some raised hands. Isha, go ahead, Isha.
The old lady gave him a bless because to be a policeman because he's doing good things, but she doesn't know how dangerous is a policeman's job.
So that is so I'll help you clarify this. Okay, dear. Anybody else wants to try before that?
Can I?
Okay, Radhika, go ahead.
He told him because he did a good thing and he deserves good.
Yes.
So he just blessed him. But then she didn't know that like he was like a higher position than her. And
No,
so
no. Okay.
Wait, Mataji, can Akshita try?
Yeah, yeah. Varun, did you want to try and then I'll give it to Akshita? Are you there?
So basically, the woman, like, she didn't know how, like, higher of a caste, like, a policeman is? So like
No, I think you're getting it confused. See, this guy, he was okay, Akshita, I'll give you a chance and then we'll go ahead.
Um, the lady when she blessed the the judge, right? Yeah.
Mm,
So when she blessed the judge, she didn't knew that the administrators, like the judges, were like the highest position than policemen.
correct.
So
Exactly.
so similarly, the brahmanas, right? The
Mm.
brahmanas think that
They are superior than
they're
the
superior than everybody, but that's actually not true, due because they have poor knowledge.
Yeah, the thing is, Vaishnavas are superior to even Brahmanas, which is what is the story that we can learn from Ambrish Maharaj, isn't it? Ambrish Maharaj, he was a Vaishnava at heart. And that is why when Durvasa Muni is a Brahmana, he thought he was a learned person and Ambrish Maharaj was doing the wrong thing of breaking the fast and, even before him coming to eat with him. And then he got angry and when he went to the Lord said, see, you, when my Vaishnavas or devotees are harmed, I'm not going to be happy. So you go and take the refuge of, you go and take shelter of Ambrish Maharaj. He is the one who has to pardon you. So sometimes Brahmanas under the misconception that they are actually learned and they know everything more than even the Vaishnavas. But Vaishnavas have a very much, they have the relationship established with the Lord, isn't it? They are dasanu das, and that feeling, that understanding is more superior than anything else. Anybody, any other caste, any other, if even if a Brahmana has that feeling in him, then he becomes a Vaishnava. The Vaishnava is superior to everybody in this universe, even better than the Brahmanas who don't have that mindset of dasanu. That is the understanding. Are you clear, kids? So far, so good?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. All right. So let's end today's class. Let's pay our obeisances. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva cha patityanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnava
Hare Krishna Mataji, sing the class.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare
Srimad
Krishna Mataji.
Bhagavatam ki
Hare
jai.
Krishna Mataji, thank you for
Hare
the class.
Krishna. All glories to the assembled kids. You all are so glorious because you are attending the class on this Vaikunta Ekadasi. Hare Krishna, kids. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Bye.
Dandavat Pranams.
Dandavat pranams.